Hey guys, okay, this is my video for the song Sinking. What's wrong with this song? So much. Haha. It's that Jars of Clay use that alternate tuning that what it does is it takes the third out of the chords. A chord being made up of a root first note, a middle third note, and a fifth note from the root. 1, 3, 5. So I had to, in terms of like really caring about the musical theory that's going on in this music and in these songs. That's something I had to understand. I guess understanding that the third falls away. Um, and the chords offered in the book, which, as far as I can tell, I'd have played 1,000 times, sound right. Um, it's like you're playing a G, I guess, but you're playing a G without third in it or something. I guess when you're doing that alternate tuning, but you're in the regular tuning. I don't know. I'm playing third. It's there. It's there. I think it's there even in the alternate tuning, and I forget what makes it be there because this guitar is in standard right now. And I did a video of myself playing it in the alternate tuning, and you can watch at least what my hands do. And if you do nothing but watch what my hands do here and listen and say, "Oh, that feels right," then I guess you're on the right path. But anyway, if you want to dig into the theory, uh, I don't know. That's what's up. What that tuning does and things, and what you're dealing with when you're looking at these chords, and you're like, "Gosh, that third note isn't in that chord or whatever." Like the chords for Flood. When you look at the chords for Flood in the book, and you're like, "Are you serious?" No, they're not. This is totally wrong. And all the head scratching that you can do there, or you can just watch the video that's in my playlist for this album and be like, "Oh yeah, that guy, he's got it. It sounds like Flood." Sometimes you just have to go by your ear, I guess, if you have that. But anyway, here's what I did. Um, See, what I would do is an E shape normally. Looks like this. And what I'm doing is this because it makes going from that G major to that G suspended a lot easier to slide back and forth on the fret. For all I know, this video is going to be just me explaining chords, and then the one will actually be, another one will be actually me playing. So anyway, so I'm doing that weird version. I've actually seen Jars of Clay themselves do this alternate formation of fingers for the chords for some of their songs. And I actually saw, I think I saw them, one of the guys, Steve or Matt, doing it. And I was like, oh, interesting. And other guys do it too, of course. But anyway, I pay so much darn attention to Jars. They're going to be the ones to teach me anything new. But yeah. So anyway, with our G, starting with the cable on the third fret and playing the G. Okay, so what I did is there's the G to the suspended, sliding my pointer finger up to the second fret. And then I'm reaching up with my ring finger and playing it on the low E to get that B flat note in the bass, because the chord that they offer is G suspended with a B flat in the bass. So my pointer and middle finger aren't moving. My ring finger reaches up and mutes the A string to get the low E, so that I'm not making that string making any sound. It shouldn't. Oh, and I've already screwed it up. And then moving on to the verse, which pretty much has that sequence of chords. So I'll sing. It's not my problem anymore. Never really was. And then we're moving on to some newer chords. G minor with C in the bass, G minor second with B flat in the bass. So G minor, technically a G minor is A. But if it needs to have a C in the bass, then I will need to do two things. I will need to lift up my middle finger So we have a, and if that's going to be the C is the bass root note, then we have G minor second with B flat in the bass goes my middle. I'm going to have my middle finger on the low E string, 3rd fret. Here's my B flat bass root note for this chord. My minor second. So, okay, if the G minor second is a, but I don't want to be my root. I want to be my root. So what I'm doing is middle finger, 3rd fret, low E, and I'm letting it rest on the A string below it to mute it. So if I'm playing the right chord that the book recommends, that's what I gotta do. I know this is me being super anal about a song, but yeah, I'm just explaining to you how I got to be this. The painful process I went through to get here. And I'll be fine right here. This is why Dan doesn't sing. And then pre-chorus, you can see that I play a pretty convincing role, so I don't need you, I don't think I need you. G suspended with C in the bass. Now it says F suspended with B flat in the bass. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want to go like this. Just think, that you're doing instead of. So I'm forgetting. So things I can choose to forget are definitely letting that finger not be there, because I want that to be a G note all the time, because that's what it does in the song all the time. So I cut it down from 2. I'm just leaving my high B and E strings open. So I've got that. More like the song. I'm making sure okay, so definitely my D string with the capo on the 3rd fret is now an F note. And putting my pointer finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. This video is getting really long. And then making sure that my B flat note is represented well, again, muting my A string. So that becomes. So the E flat major 7, G suspended with F in the bass. So the G suspended all together is a, but my root note is an F. So what do I have to cut away? I cut away my low E, my A string. I leave my D string open. And the only thing of all of this that I'm leaving is the G string on the 2nd fret. I can even rest my middle finger between the E and A to mute it. So then moving on to the chorus. Nope, that's not there. I screwed it up. these chord names, and you're like, you got to be kidding me. Especially if you're trying to play this without the capo, and without an understanding of what notes are when there's a capo, and what how a D string is an F chord, a D chord becomes an F when you capo on the third fret, stuff like that. That I had to learn. It only took me about 20 years to figure all this out, since in my collective musical experience and my serious lack of music theory training and not taking my piano lessons seriously. This is why it took me this long, and thank God for Google, and somebody figured out the tuning, and I Googled it, and there it was, and it was like, oh, okay. And then, gosh help me, I wanted to learn chord theory somehow. My brain was like, I need something else, and I guess chord theory was the answer to that something else. So yeah. Anyway, this video is 11 minutes long now. I hope it still makes some to show some sign of coherence. But yeah, um, yeah, there's more verses and pre-choruses and the bridge, and you know, it is. There's a lot of loop going on here. It's not a terrible amount of new stuff happening. It kind of verses repeat chord progressions and pre-choruses and choruses. Basically, the chord progression doesn't change very much. So yeah. So here, I'll get on and make a video that's a little less talking and a little more guitar playing.